Hey, just some thoughts running through my head. Early days teaching, advice I got from a 20-year vet, and they really talked about this that I want to share it with you. But if you want to see behaviors change in your classroom, you got to put the pain on the parents. That statement just kind of shot me off in my teaching experience, in my teaching years. And I can say every time I've seen it work. So there's some things I want to share with you about this point and why it's so important, why I saw it happen in my life. Of course, you always build relationships with students. You don't outsource, you don't call in the behavior specialist. But really, the steps that you do this, after doing all of that, it's really good to get in contact with mom and dad right away. Even to just say, hey, I need to have a meeting about some behaviors I've been seeing from your students. It shouldn't be the first thing parents hear. You should previously send some things. Hey, I noticed this. Don't wait until something bad happens to tell a parent that their kid is amazing. But you need to have a meeting in person, talk face to face with that parent about behaviors that are happening in your class. The kid will be scared. The parent will be uncomfortable. You'll be cool as a cucumber sitting there. If you run a great classroom, you can just say, oh, these are the things I'm seeing. In that meeting, students need to come up with a plan for how they're going to be successful. And they need to come up with that plan, not their parent. If you give that responsibility to the student, it's going to be so much more successful when that plan happens. And anytime after that behavior happens, a call, text to mom, or dad, if it's repeated, have another meeting with the parents. Parents are very frustrated when they need to come in, when they need to upset their day, when they need to come to school and, why am I coming here for this? What are you doing in class? What's this? It's really powerful, and I've seen it work again and again and again and again. Multiple students, once those students see, oh, this is the standard, they stop trying to pull the garbage that they pull, and you don't need to do so many corrections in your classroom. Now, there's some barriers. Teachers definitely get uncomfortable meeting parents face to face. They get uncomfortable talking and telling them different things. They get uncomfortable, am I going to be supported by admin? And they might even feel like it's their fault or like they're to blame. You can cover yourself with lesson plans, with activities, with breaks, brain breaks, all of those different things. Talk to your admin to make sure you're on the same page. If you do meet with a parent and an admin is there, you lead that meeting. Do not give up your power and your authority to an admin and to a behavior specialist, because you're going to see the parent's going to start talking to them and they're going to blow right by you. So when you have those meetings, you dictate, you lead, you ask the questions to the student. How are you going to be successful tomorrow? Because you are the authority in your classroom. All those barriers, very real, but hey, you only get good at it and you only get not uncomfortable by doing it, by sitting down with the parents, by talking with them, and by just sharing a very real conversation and a plan for how the student can be successful. When this is done, I've seen class culture become so much stronger. I've seen students' behavior become so much stronger. I have seen students go above and beyond. I've seen just a look for a student that used to have huge behavior problems because they know mom and dad are probably going to be contacted. They're going to come in for a meeting, and the pain is going to be on them at home, where they're going to get a consequence at home. That's how you change behavior in your classroom. You build relationships, you do all the teacher things, you take time, you build them up, but really it comes down to mom and dad need to be involved if it's going to be repeated and if it's disrupting. It affects culture, it affects work, it affects classroom ability to learn. But once you call mom and dad in for that meeting, mom and dad do not like getting that spotlight shown on them. And 99% of the time, it changes and the kid behaves so much better. And if they're misbehaving, you have your rules, you have your steps, you have your expectations, you have a little consequence at school, miss out on this, 2 minutes this. But if it is very bad, okay, we need to have another meeting with your mom and dad today. And you contact them, you get them in the school that day or the next day, set up a plan, and have the student talk about that and agree to it. I've been in meetings before where parents, it's their third meeting, and the parents just look at the kids. You made me give up work. I had to do this. I had to take an Uber here. What's wrong with it? Fix it. You're losing out on your video games tonight. You're doing this. Behavior changed very quickly when expectations were upheld and when the parents were inconvenienced to come into school for a meeting. Do it. It'll change your life.